Heya, this is Sydney, and I am here to talk us through it for Saturday, April 5th, 2025. It is Saturn's Day. And in the sky, we do have forming a conjunction, a mutually plying conjunction between Venus in Pisces retrograde and Saturn in Pisces. It won't perfect for a few days, and I'll talk about it a little bit more there. But there is kind of a relationships and values and what we need is really coming to a point of serious business. These things are pretty serious for us right now. And so there can kind of be maybe a bit of like a running in the background, a solemn sort of energy in the sky around the promises that we make. We do have the moon in Cancer. It will be shifting its perspective later on in the day, so we might experience a bit of a vibe shift, which I always like, especially when I feel a shift. I want to see, like, I'll look at my uh, astrological program and try to see, like, oh, did I feel it? Did I feel the vibe shift? And it's pretty nice to get sensitive to the energies that are kind of floating around us right now. In any case, Saturday's aspects, I think, are pretty free flowing, productive, kind of just pushing us forward in nice ways. We have some trines and sextiles. I really, really like those. I think one of the biggest aspects, though, that we do have are in the morning, we have the moon in Cancer, square Chiron in Aries. And I think that there is definitely a emotional sensitivity and a feeling of emotional hurt that kind of happens here and is happening here. Um, and I think that that has to do with yesterday, right? I mean, I think it has to do with what we're just going through in general, but perhaps because of what we have been going through with these various aspects, now we come to a place where you can kind of go, no, I'm hurt, and I want to do something about this hurt. 9:23 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, we have the moon conjunct that out of bounds Mars in Cancer. So this can be literally emotional anger being expressed, right? Coming out. This can be kind of striking out in angry, emotional ways. Emotional outburst is really kind of how that could play out, or just feeling really, really passionately about something. Moon Mars contacts, right? And in conjunction, the moon and Mars are feeling exactly the same way. Mars in Cancer is feeling very emotional about the things that it wants to protect and take care of. It's feeling a bit out of pocket, and it might go out of its way to express those things. Now, once we get that out of the way, and maybe we just have like a really good cry, like just an emotional catharsis, right? We just let it out in the morning, because then we have this moon in Cancer going into a trine with Saturn, kind of like bringing a sense of stability around how it's feeling, kind of maybe cooling it down, toning it down, right? We like that. Moon sextile Uranus. Now we have like a sort of like intuition around what we were feeling and how we want to continue to work forward and go forward. Maybe an intuitive understanding on how to connect in a better way. Moon trine Venus, retrograde, of course, but this is a good feeling flowing aspect. Our needs and our habits, our desires are all working together in a flow, and they're in water, intuitive feeling, right? And then we have the moon trine Mercury retrograde in Pisces, and I think it is kind of being able to, adequately communicate the ways that we are feeling and the ways that we have been going through, and those sort of hits that we've had, and even the hurt that we have experienced, being able to really express those things in possibly very poetic and sensitive emotional ways. Now, mid-morning, the moon is going to enter Leo. So this is the vibe shift, right? We go from sensitive Cancer into playful, fiery, passionate, open-hearted, and very me-oriented, me, oriented Leo, fiery, fired up, wants to play, wants to connect through play, wants to connect through drama, wants to be the drama. So it's almost as if we have all of these kind of emotional processing, and then we're like, you know what? Fuck it, we ball. Me. Yeah. And then right after that, we have the moon in Leo. We'll trine that Neptune in Aries. So I think this is a really creative, intuitive aspect. And it kind of like pushes us into a new way of going forward in our vision. And I think it offers an opportunity for us to see how we can be creative in this new Neptunian way, in the illusions and delusions, of course, in the dreams, collective dreams that we all hold, how we go forward in a new way. Now, there could be drama. This could be overblown. Neptune is big, and watery, right? And in Aries, I think it just like feels really steamy, super passionate about what it believes in. And with that moon in Leo and a fixed sign, right? Now it's like I'm going forward in this way to fulfill my promise of being like so big and bold and bright and noticeable. In general, though, I like the aspect. I do. I like the trines of fire trines. They're just really lovely and passionate. 11:10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we do get that moon in Leo semi-square that Jupiter in Gemini. And I think this is like semi-squares can be really frustrating. And it's almost like with that trine before, maybe the moon overdid it. And it is kind of confronted with just some of the many ways that it didn't quite get it right. And so it's feeling a little like maybe a little shy or a little anxious or a little like maybe I didn't quite do that right, Oh, I'm understanding something new now. I don't quite have it, but but. So in general, the flow of the day feels, once we get into the afternoon, the late morning to the evening, I feel like we're just cooking with grease. We're just flowing through the day. We're able to get our all of our errands done. Definitely have your errands. Definitely do them. Maybe go with a friend. I think you're feeling pretty friendly with other people as well, wanting to connect, wanting to commune. And then there's a little bit of at the end of the night. That's all. That's all there is. All right. Take care and have a good day. Bye. Hey, thank you for listening to today's Astro Weather with me. I'm Sydney. As a reminder, I'm always open to seeing both new and my beloved returning clients. My website is ddastrology.com. That is D as in dog, astrology.com to check me out, and just click the email buttons in order to schedule with me. If you're into a more conversational feel with your podcast and content, I have a podcast called BS Astrology with my fellow Mercurial Mommy Bender, and we put out episodes every Sunday for the week. Just search BS Astrology on YouTube or wherever you enjoy listening to your podcasts, including Spotify, Audible, and more. Have a good day.